It has been a while since I saw so many people in one room. Actually, it has been maybe before COVID. So yeah, I'm very happy to be with all of you today. My name is Robin. For the people who don't know me, which bring me to the topics of today, because I'm here to tell you a bit about my life before I came to Asia and after I came to Asia, because it changed me totally. This part of my life is so important because again, I am French and my value may be very different because of the way I grew up. So, what is value? I want to ask just a little question. You can answer in your mind, it's all good. But how do we define our own values? So, I'm sure this question has been asked since the dawn of time, like it's been over and over in our mind. And accessory, you have this question popping up and thinking like, what's our place in this world, and where are we going, and what I will carry within me. It's hard to define our value today with the vast range of technology. It's omnipresent, always challenging, always changing your own thought. Today, I feel for me that traditional value are constantly being challenged. And I am sure everyone here in the room at one point in their life felt alone, left over, or a bit confused when facing something new. So, how do we define our true value? So, I'm going to speak about my first point, which is collectivity. And why collectivity? Is because you need to understand where I come from. And this word was there since I was born. So just to tell you a bit about my story, I grew up in the countryside of France, very far away from Paris, 600 kilometers, with cow, with sheep. And we were already 5 children. I am the 5th one, homemade. And my parents decided to adopt 4 of my siblings. So this is some of my brothers. So one of my brothers come from Africa, East Africa. 2 of my other siblings from West Africa and North Africa. So we were 9 children. And the beautiful thing of my parents is they raised us equally. They didn't make a difference between like color of your skin or because we were not from the same blood. No, they raised us equally. And this had a really deep impact into me because this totally changed the way I see the world today. And that's why like it led me to being in Vietnam. So in 2016, I arrived here in Vietnam with my partner, Anfi. And both of us, we didn't know much about Vietnam. We were just very interested. Me, I was in China before. When I arrived here, I felt this sense of community. It's so strange, right? Like you come to a country, you don't know much about it, but you feel this kind of sense of family, right? And even though we were outsider and foreigner, I knew our mission was not to make things better here, because again, I'm just an artist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not like saving life. I'm just like trying to spread some ideas through my art. And yeah, if it can touch someone, then it's amazing, and I will be very glad actually. So yeah, so we got to work with amazing people, amazing clients, and the only way we got really in touch with the Vietnamese culture was not because we were trying to do something different, but because we worked with amazing people. We work with like talented art director, even director actually, because it's not about like competition, it's like collaboration over competition here. That's what I love actually. So they teach us so much, and every project we've done, we are always like speaking with some local people or people who were working there since like years, and we were learning. I was not in my bubble, just like being like, oh yeah, you know what? I know everything. It's so good. You know what I do? No, that's the that's the worst actually. So I was trying just to learn, and my partner as well, and that was the best experience because me, I felt like a tea bag. And you put it into the water, and you let it infuse. And that was the water was Vietnam actually. That was the water I was infusing in. And to be honest, I'm so thankful of it because I learned so much. My vision since years no change. And yeah, I can say I'm French, but I don't feel only French. I feel also part of this world. And again, it's beyond just like the look of yourself, right? And so I know that I still have a lot of things to learn, right? I mean, I just know the top of the iceberg of this culture, and this culture is amazing. So why do I say that? I believe we are stronger when we share a common goal all together. You can be on set working with your team, you can be a photographer, you can be an artist. You never do things alone. These things are the result of a collaborative work. And for me, I feel very lucky that I'm in Vietnam because right now I feel at home, I have this sense of family, this sense of like togetherness. But in a way, being in Vietnam made me realize how the collective way of thinking, it was also a kind of like soul opening, like, I mean, again, from my culture to another, getting dragged and yeah, just see like everything change. And it helped me to be a better creative in a way, instead of putting myself, like I said, into a bubble. The only problem when you are a creative, and it's not only in Vietnam, it's everywhere in the world, is how to cut the noise, how to be sure that what you are doing is the right thing, right? You have like social media, they keep telling you what you need to do, what you need to buy, what you need to wear. It's kind of confusing. You see your friends, they're posting things, that's so cool. You want to be the same, you want to do this. That's happened to everyone. And that's what I call the trendy trap, actually. Because as an artist, we love attention. That's true. We really love to have attention, and we live on people's attention because attention from people means more job, more opportunity. It's amazing. And as well, I fall into that trap sometimes. We fell into that trap because sometimes the trend is like the approval stamp of the society in a way. That's led me to my second kind of like point, which is making true values, not trend. And that's very difficult. So sometimes I'm often facing with either doing something so cool and hip or doing something very personal and very intimate, not based on trend, on people's approval, right? So that's where you need to think what is important for you. Doing something short term or long term. Because again, your idea is timeless. Whatever you do, if it's come from yourself, it will be timeless. Successful or not, it's all right. But when you follow the trend, it's just like, yeah, that moment, stick in time, and it will pass. And me as a creative, I'm always thinking and looking for new paths and new way of thinking, right? Inspired by filmmaker, I want to kind of transform and inject into tradition my personal thinking and style. For example, I'm gonna take a very easy example about one director I really love and that everybody know is George Lucas. George Lucas came with a simple idea, which is Star Wars, and this idea touched so many people. And now the modern sci-fi is still like you can still feel the touch of this man through like the modern film. And I admire him. I really love what he do, but I don't want to be like him. I just want to be myself. That's why I think we should always be true to who we are with our creation. For example, film, photography, design, or writing. And that's where we start to touch the real struggle. It's to challenge the conform where we were born in. Which led me to my last point, challenge conformity. So just a personal story about me, but I was a very terrible student. I'm sure all of you guys are amazing, but yeah, me, I was the worst actually, so it was very bad. And I remember, I had still my dream to be a filmmaker. I come from the countryside, 9 children, we are broke, and I said to my parents, "Oh, I want to go to film school." "Oh yeah, we don't have money." "All right." So then, so I didn't went to film school. So I was speaking with my parents, and they told me, yeah, try to pursue your dream. So I speak to my friend, and my friend say, oh, Robin, you will never achieve to do filmmaking. Such a big of a dream, like Hollywood, stuff like that. You come from the countryside, you have no money while doing it, right? And they told me an advice that, thanks God, I didn't follow, not because I'm against it, but I feel it's better that way. They asked me, they told me, oh yeah, you should become English teacher. I mean, I don't know if some people can hear my accent, but I would have been the worst English teacher. Imagine you like learning from me, like you will have the French accent. That's it. So I believe my life would have been very different if I took that way, that path. Yeah, I decided to be like, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen, and then I just took like any small gig to success into my domain. So in a way, by taking risk of leaving my nest, I managed to live a bit more independently. And because I really put myself in danger, I started to find myself. I started to find who I was, especially far, because when you grow up with your family, sometimes it can be challenging. Sometimes you don't know who you really are. Are you like this because your parent told you so, and so you don't realize it? You grew up like that, so how do you know without experience? So yeah, every little experience matter. That's what I can say from my life, because it has been very chaotic. And that will come from the 18 years old me back in the day, who were very stubborn and headstrong, while everybody was telling me, oh no, you will never achieve it. I didn't care. I was like, no, it's okay. I want to do it. Worst case scenario, I will do something else. But yeah, here am I today with you. I'm very happy about that. So maybe my little advice I can give is like to be really patient. Be patient, challenge your comfort zone. I know sometimes it's very hard, look at me today. I was very nervous to speak with all of you today, alongside like all these amazing speakers. And here am I, not a perfect English, trying to spread value, and I'm with you. And so I just put myself out of my bubble. Let's do it, And that's the way I can grow up, also for myself. So maybe in a conclusion, I think you are choosing, all of you, to make your own value. And you are choosing what to keep from the norm and what you wish to transmit to people. So yeah, be you, be open, be bold. That's the most important in life. And just a little quote, because we were speaking with a friend, and this friend told me, a dinner is better shared between friends. New idea will arise with people that open us up to new way of thinking. So my last sentence will be, everybody here is unique, but we are all one humanity. Thank you so much. Thank you.